how do you perform stunts in a way without changing the tone of UK representation?
It's a brilliant question. I mean, I would always say to diplomats who work with me, we don't have to be boring. Just because the subject sometimes requires us to say more boring things, to choose our language carefully, it doesn't mean that we need to be boring. I would still hope that the diplomats who work in our embassies are people you want to invite out to dinner. You know, they've got a bit of gossip or a bit of latest news. They know how to trade information. But I think it's maybe easier for you and I to say that. And the reason I say that is, you know, I went out to Beirut. I had a certain amount of cover. I'd worked with three prime ministers. People assumed I had more authority than I actually had, and that I was allowed to get away with a bit more, to take some risks. I was also, you know, like I also went out as a relatively young ambassador as well, and so I think people expected me to experiment a little bit. It's much easier when you know where the line is, and but maybe more importantly, you know when you can push the line a little bit. And that's where the diplomacy is, in that slightly grey area where we push the lines, and you know where the trade-offs actually start to happen. I think, but I think a lot depends for younger diplomats on getting alongside and learning from people that they can see doing that and admire for doing it.